How's it going, guys? It's the final render here, and welcome back to PlayerUnknowns Battlegrounds. In this video, I'm going to be showing you a solo win that I got on Battlegrounds quite a long time ago, actually. I thought I'd lost all of the footage for this, but I actually found it recently on a different hard drive, which I never use. So that's a huge relief, seeing as this is the only solo win I have ever got. So let's enjoy it. I start off by parachuting into one of my favourite spots, the gun range. The gun range is a very dangerous place to go, but there are several little smaller underground bunkers nearby which you can go to if you see that someone else is trying to land on the gun range, which happened. I started to get some decent loot to start off with, including an M416, a 2x scope, a level 2 backpack, and a 4-grip, stuff like that. So I actually got some fairly okay stuff to start off with. At least I've got some ammo, even though it's only 30 bullets, but I do have a full med kit. And then I also believe I get an 8x scope, which I actually don't really use, surprisingly, as well as the level 2 helmet. Once I've kind of armed up, I decide it is time to leave. However, I am very careful about checking the gun range. I know someone else landed here, so I've got to be really careful and keep an eye out for them, just in case they're still looting. People are normally here for a while. And I see him heading over towards the house right at the back. So I decide I'm going to take advantage of this. I'm going to sneak around from the far side of the gun range and then hopefully get him when he comes out of the house. But unfortunately, messed it up a little bit, but was able to get the kill. Like, he actually just kind of came out of nowhere. I wasn't expecting him to be there. So I actually had to use my full med kit right at the start of the game, which really isn't good. They are very, very rare indeed. But at least I was able to get the kill, and I'm able to loot this guy early. He's got some painkillers. He's also got lots of 5.56 ammo. He's also got a pan, which is very useful. And he's got some very highly damaged body armor. But I actually had no armor at the time, so I grabbed it anyway. And then I decided to head south from the gun range, going up the big hill. And then I find these two buildings here. I decide to take a quick look through the windows using the 8x scope to see if anyone's in there and see if any of the doors are open. Typically, players are lazy and they leave the doors open if they've entered a building. So you can sometimes kind of guess as to whether there's going to be any loot in there or if a person in there. In this case, every single door was open. So someone has definitely been here. But they weren't here anymore. So that is fantastic by me. I'm actually very near the center of the circle, so I decided, seeing as I've actually got quite a good amount of medical items, quite a good bit of ammo, and quite some decent kit in general, actually, I decide I'm just going to wait out here for as long as possible. I'm going to see where the safety circle goes. Remember, the blue line on the map is the unsafe zone. If you are in there, then you will be electrocuted and die. So I'm just basically going to sit in this house and wait for all the numbers to die down. Remember, every second you are safe, that is more time that someone else can get killed. So just make sure, if you find a safe spot and you've got everything you need, make sure you wait it out. But to tell you the truth, if you don't have everything you need, don't do this. You know, make sure you loot around and find all the stuff you need. But then, just as I'm about to leave the building, there you go, people. Just wait a few seconds extra before exiting a building, just in case something like that happens. I've actually got about 10 seconds or so before the blue zone hits me, and I know there is someone currently to my back left. I just heard them running past the building, so I know they are very nearby somewhere, probably only just inside the safe zone. It makes sense to actually play on the very edge of the safe circle. That way, anyone who is in the blue is either going to get killed in the blue and not sneak up behind you, or they are already dead and you know everything behind you is safe. I see the guy I just saw dead ahead. He is right in front of me. He is dead ahead, so I've got to be quick. Try not to make too much noise, but also be quick, because since the blue is coming in, he may be watching behind him. See him dead ahead, shooting at someone else, and then boom, 2 kills right there. Excellent stuff. I decided to take cover behind this tree initially because he was shooting at someone. So I decided to wait here for a little bit just to see if the person he was shooting at pops up. And I see one of the care packages actually landed right next to my building. And I think this guy I just shot looted that care package, because if we look at some of the stuff he's got a full med kit, which is amazing, a level 8 scope, a level 3 backpack, a level 3 helmet, and he has got an M249 assault rifle, or light machine gun I should say, and they only come in the packages. So he was actually able to grab that. I decided to leave that gun, however, because I've never used it and it's very near the end of the game. So I thought, let's not risk a brand new weapon that I don't know about so close to the end of the game. How about that? And now here I am again, just kind of waiting right on the edge of the blue. There's going to be 44 seconds before the blue starts moving towards the new safe zone. So I've got time to just wait it out. Just wait it out. And then as soon as I think I need to start running in order to get to the safe zone, at this point it's about 18 seconds, I have got to start running to that safe zone. And I've got to hit the safe zone about the same time the blue hits the safe zone. There is a player up ahead, right in the distance, so I've got to make sure that I am going covering from tree to tree, try to be as little exposed as possible, while still making plenty of pace to get to that safe zone in time. At this late stage of the game, the blue zone moves so rapidly, you can get killed very easily. Alright, and the guy is just ahead of me to the right, but then... There we go, there we go. Alright, so someone snuck up behind me. I have no idea where they came from, but I am now being shot at by the person I was just chasing. So I have got to run, I have got to zigzag as I am running. You'll notice I'm going left to right, left to right, left to right. And that is in order to make it as hard as possible for me to get hit. Okay, so I was going to actually take cover here, but then the new safe zone is right up ahead. So I decided I might as well get to the new safe zone and then heal up to full, which I can do using my full med kit. There's currently 5 enemies left. There are 6 people alive, including myself. So 5 enemies are left, one of which I believe is directly in front of me. Since I'm right on the safe zone and someone was shooting at me from the trees in front of me, I know if I just wait here, they will either die in the blue or run in the open towards me in order to get safe. But there is a problem with this. If they go around to the side, I won't notice. But someone comes to the other side of me, to the left side. So I know that there is someone on my left side. I must remember that, but I must watch these trees in front of me. The person who is shooting at me is somewhere in those trees or has run down the hill to the right and is probably shooting right now. So just stay here. I am safe in the safe zone. I have time to wait. The blue zone is coming in. And seeing as the blue zone is very near me now, it is pretty safe to assume that that guy is not in those trees anymore. He is either dead or ran down the hill. So now, I decide the safe zone has shrunk. I'm going to go towards my left, the back to the left, and then I'm going to take out that guy I just saw who ran straight past me. I believe he went down this hill. And then I see the guy right ahead behind a rock. I don't want to be too noisy and just start shooting him straight away. I want to get behind this rock. And then when I'm in grenade throwing range, throw a nade on him. I believe he saw me, but throw that nade right at him. Boom goes the dynamite. Excellent, excellent. The grenades roll so much, but it actually just rolled right to where he was standing, which made me feel absolutely fantastic. The grenades are random, but they are so deadly in these final stages. In these final stages, when space is so small, they can get a lot of people. Now look here. There's 2 bad guys left. Now there's 1 bad guy left. If we look at the map on the bottom right, I am currently in the safe zone. Just on the edge of it, in fact, so I'm in the perfect position. Whereas he will have to move towards me. I got so lucky with the positioning in this round. But as we wait for the countdown to start, we will start to notice that the new safe zone is not actually in a good place for me. As the blue zone shrinks up behind me, I'm just watching dead ahead. I know he has to come towards me if he wants to get into the safe zone. But where is he? Is he behind the tree to the left? Is he right ahead? I have no idea. So I'm shaking like crazy when I'm actually playing this. It is Paranoia Simulator, this game. And then, now the blue zone has come in. The new safe zone is in front of me. Now, there is a rock right inside the safe zone, which I can take cover in. But I would have to go right now if I wanted to get to it. But I don't move. I am waiting to see this other guy. I want to at least get a possible hint as to where he is before moving. And there we go. He appeared directly in front of me. He is going towards the rock. Lots of spam fire there, but I did hit him twice, which is fantastic. Try to throw a grenade and finish him off right there. But unfortunately, goes a bit too far. So now, he is in the safe zone. I am not. I will have to rush him when the blue zone runs out of time in 15 seconds. And right now, I'm just throwing everything I've got at him. I don't have any more lethal grenades or molotovs, I've only got stun grenades. But if I keep throwing them at him, he will start to panic and he might mess up if I just keep the pressure on him. Just like that. Wasn't going to kill him, but took the shot anyway, just to make him paranoid and scared. And now the blue zone is coming in. The blue is right behind me. I am now taking damage from the blue. I need to run up, grab my shotgun, not the pan, grab the shotgun. Boom! There we go. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. So there we go, guys. That was me winning my very first solo game of PlayerUnknowns Battlegrounds. As I said, that's quite an old round, that is, but it's still very, very cool. I've actually taken a few days off YouTube right now because I'm currently working on the video e-learning course that I've told you guys about that I'm going to be creating over the next month. So I've been working on that very, very hard. It's taken a very long time, so I've taken some few days off in order to work on that. But it's going pretty good. So guys, remember to like this video if you enjoyed the video. Remember to subscribe if you're new. Check out all of the cool Patreon people in the description who help support the channel with their financial donations. You can of course do the same yourself. And I'll see you next time. This has been the final render, and you've been the audience. Until next time, farewell. Congratulations, it's a boy! It's a boy, baby! We need a name. Proxy render. That's so stupid.